Our vehicles are like food, shelter, and air these days. Living without them is virtually impossible. So when that dreaded check engine light comes on, it's understandable that most people get irritated, anxious, and even go into full panic mode. After all, that one little light can indicate something easy and inexpensive to fix, or it can indicate major, costly engine repairs. The problem is you have no idea which fix you'll need and if it's an emergency or not. And the bigger problem is a dishonest mechanic looking to rip you off also knows you have no idea. So you're left to blindly trust what the mechanic tells you, and that is nerve-wracking and scary. But there's a new product, invented by two Georgia Tech grads, that is completely disrupting the $130 billion auto repair industry. But how? They claim their device tells you exactly why your check engine light is on in plain English, and how much it should cost to fix. But is it all just a gimmick, or does it really work? I recently had a chance to sit down with the two inventors of Fixed to find out if this new gadget is everything they say it is. So, what exactly is Fixed?
So Fixed is a small device that plugs into any car since 1996. It then detects any problems that you have with that car and helps you understand what those problems mean in simple and understandable terms, helping you save money on costly car repair. We even give you an estimate of how much it should cost so that when you go into the shop, you know exactly what you should be paying.
So you don't have to be a car person to use Fixed. We built it so that anybody on the road could really understand what's going on with their car. For any problem that you have, we're going to tell you how severe that issue is, what the consequences if you keep driving are, and we're going to really make it so that a person that doesn't speak car can now finally get it.
What inspired you to create Fixed?
So growing up, I was kind of the one who always took care of cars in my family. With my mom being a single mother, it was important that I was around to take care of the cars. But when I went off to college, she was kind of left on her own. One day she called me and said that she had a light come on her dash, but I was coming home in about a month and I told her to wait and I'd check it out when I got home. When I got back, it turns out that it was her airbag light. She could have been in serious danger and have got really hurt if she was in an accident. And we really didn't know what was wrong. That one little light can mean over 7,000 different things. And that's really scary for people. It could be a gas cap or it could be your airbags.
And so in college at Georgia Tech, we had a lot of friends that would, like John's mom, call us and ask for car help. And we figured, why can't we make something that would help everyone in the country so that we don't have to be there every single time someone has a problem?
Tired of answering questions.
Exactly. So we built a product that does
Do it
just
for
that.
you. May I see the device? Yeah, great. Now mechanics, they have all this really high-tech equipment to do car diagnosis. How does this little device do the exact same thing?
That's the great thing about software. Now that everybody has a smartphone in their pocket, we've been able to take that really complex tool that's $50,000 and bring it into a size that fits in your hand. And in an app on your phone that everybody knows how to use. We've been able to take that information and just put it into simple and understandable terms.
I guarantee you, if you had one of those $50,000 tools that your mechanic had, you'd have no idea what it was telling you. And most people that don't speak car would have no idea how to use it. But with Fixed, you, again, don't have to be a car person. We do all the work for you, and we put things in simple and easy terms for you.
Should people be worried about being ripped off from dishonest mechanics as much as we are today? Because you know what I think. I can see people thinking that Fix is just going to take advantage of their fears.
There's a reason that that connotation exists, that people are getting taken advantage of at shops. And it's an unfortunate reality, and it really is rooted in the fact that the shop owner and the mechanic knows exactly what's going wrong with your car. But the average driver has no idea when they have a problem with their vehicle. So we're working on bringing that information to the people to allow them to understand what's going on so that when they go into the shop, they feel confident.
Yeah, really think about it like we're leveling the playing field for drivers. We're giving them just as much information so they can feel armed and empowered when they go into the shop. Because at the end of the day, we want people to have a trustworthy relationship with their mechanic, and we want it to be a positive experience, not a negative one.
Well, why would you need this if you have a good mechanic?
Well, a lot of times, what if it's just a simple thing as small as a gas cap is loose? Would you really want to take off time from your busy day, take off work, and go to the shop, pay $100 for them to diagnose your vehicle, when it could be something that you could just pull out your phone, look at the information, and then tighten that gas cap?
This is going to diagnose a gas cap.
It'll tell you exactly what's going on for the gas cap or any one of those other 7,000 problems.
But just like John's mom's example, it could also be something as serious as an airbag. So if you're out vacationing with your family and you're on the road and that check engine light comes on, you're going to want to know exactly what it is right when it happens, rather than waiting to get all the way back home and going into your local mechanic.
All these answers are compelling, but when you get right down to it, what is the public saying? Are people using Fixed?
We've sold over 1 million of them, and those people are using it every day, and they write us hundreds of times a day to tell us that the stories of what really happened with Fixed. It's great to have 1 million devices out there, but what really drives us is those people's stories. When people tell us that they saved hundreds of dollars with Fixed because it told them the problem was simple and they could fix it themselves. When someone tells us that they felt empowered and they walked into the repair shop knowing what they needed so they didn't get upsold on some other product, those things really drive us forward and want us to get Fixed into the hands of every driver on the road.
And I think that our current ratings really speak for themselves. We have thousands of ratings of the 1 million devices that we've sold, and we average just over a 4.5 star out of 5 rating, which is really incredible. And we are very, very proud of the product that our team has been able to create.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. All these answers, all these numbers, 7,000 problems, a bunch of letters coming in. Folks, you decide. Most people choose to ignore their check engine light in hopes it's not something major. But at the end of the day, that little mysterious light ends up causing lots of stress. It's clear to see why Fixed could help people around the world prevent costly car repairs. Our hats go off to these Georgia Tech grads who are giving the power back to the consumer and along the way, making a positive impact.